Welcome to Renaissance Academy. Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is epic. As you know, epic is one of the type of poem that we have in our syllabus. We do have different types of poems like sonnet, ballad, mock epic, satire, lyric. So these terms we are going to discuss in the next few videos. Today we will talk about an epic, right? So as you know, an epic is a long narrative poem that tells the story of a hero and his great deeds, right? So epic is a poem which tells the story of a great hero of any kind of culture and his great deeds. It means it talks about hero and his great works. Yamach Abraham, in his book Glossary of Literary Terms, defined epic as a long narrative poem on a serious subject told in a formal and elevated style and centered on a heroic and quasi-divine figure. So from this definition, we get to know that epic is a long narrative poem which is written on a serious subject. It is told in formal and elevated style. The language used in any kind of epic is formal in nature and it uses elevated style. It means you will find over exaggeration in epic. Epic is centered on heroic and quasi-divine figure. Most of the time, epic has vast setting. It means it spans over long time, or we can say it spans over different worlds. It spans over many lands. Model heroes interact with gods and supernatural beings in epic. Most of the time, epic begins in middle of the things. This a middle of the things, it means it directly takes reader into action. It starts most of the times by calling on a muse which acts as inspiration to the poet to tell the story. So these are the various features that we are discussing over here about epic. Epic uses epic similes, which is a long detailed comparison, right? You will find epic similes long comparison in epic poem. Many epics reflect on the values, fears and hopes of the entire cultures. They talk about values, they talk about fears and hopes of the entire culture. Epic also uses Homeric epithet. Homeric epithet is a term or a phrase which is sometimes quite lengthy and it is applied again and again to a particular person or a thing. Epic are of two types, folk epic and literary epic. Folk epic are oral in nature. They originated from oral tradition. Folk epic they are a result of a natural growth in popular songs, right? They are generated in the form of oral tradition. Literary epic, they come out as a result of conscious literary efforts, right? So these are the two types of epic, folk epic and literary epic. Folk epic is also known as epic of growth or authentic epic. Literary epic is epic of conscious literary efforts. Actually, a literary epic is, for example, John Milton's Paradise Lost is literary epic, right? So these are the different features of epic. Let me revise it again. Epic is a poem which tells the story of a hero and his great deeds. It means it talks about the great works done by a hero of any culture. It is a long narrative poem on a serious subject written in formal and elevated style, mainly focusing on heroic and quasi divine figures. It has vast setting. In epic, you find interaction of mortal heroes with gods and supernatural beings. Usually, epic begins in middle of the things. Actually, there is a Latin phrase for in middle of the things, which is medias res. Medias res is a Latin word. It means that poem actually takes the reader towards the action of that story. Epic often starts by calling on a muse, which acts as a source of inspiration for the poet to help to tell the story. Epic uses epic similes, which is a kind of comparison, a long comparison. You will find that epic reflects on hope, fear, and values of the entire culture. Epic also uses one of the figure of speech, which is Homeric epithet, where a term is used again and again, which is quite lengthy, with reference to a particular person or things. Epic are two types: folk epic and literary epics. So thank you